All right, we're live.
A lot of us have been cheated on. I myself have been a cheater, and there are 3 basic red flags that I've come across to spot dishonesty in relationships. Number 1, is he moving funny? Now, this isn't he missed a call randomly. When I cheated, I overshared in an effort to conceal something dishonest. Is something off between the 2 or more of you? Number 2, is the sex different? A guilty conscience will fuck you different. On a totally different level. Good sex randomly could be nothing, but for me, it definitely was a sign of something. And number 3, and most important, is what does your gut say? If you think something is up, do you trust yourself enough to believe what you feel, or do you need proof as external validation? Tonight, there's me, who has been a cheater, judge me later, and 2 of our guests who have been cheated on. We're sharing our dating horror stories to sidestep the fuckboys so we can avoid the red flags on our journey to happiness. Tonight on Dear Black Gay Men Podcast. Whether you're dating one person or multiple people, at least let me know so we can all be on the same page and nobody gets hurt. This is Cheating Explained, and the show starts right now. From the back room right here on Dear Black Gay Men Podcast, everyone has relationship issues at any stage, whether you are just starting, you're thinking about starting, or you're knee deep in a situationship like some of us. You are not alone and in the struggle, and to find you're not alone in the struggle to find a relationship. This is what I get for drinking tequila before the show. But how do we be completely honest with ourselves and our expectations so we don't end up in somebody else's bed at 3 a.m. while our main man is home asleep? There is a main man over here in the room. Okay, so teammates, we have tried to do this show so many times. We have tried on 9/19, the day after my birthday. We had our season premiere. And we had so many technical difficulties that we took the video down from YouTube. Then we tried the next week, but Hurricane Helene said no, and I didn't want people driving to get to the studio in the middle of all the chaos. But I'm so excited that we have the show tonight. Tonight we're continuing with the conversation with 2 of guests of mine who are very accomplished and very talented. One of them is a Navy veteran. He turned an accomplished celebrity stylist whose work has been featured in Essence magazine and has worked with celebrities such as Jennifer Holliday, Angelica Ross, Nina Parker, and more. The other is a multi-talented singer-songwriter and a model. We talked about that, modeling. We're not gonna talk about specifics. He's a model who has performed all over the country and has appeared in P Valley, Summer Hill, and Beechwood Falls. Please welcome Brandon Horsley Thompson and Eli Liberty. How are y'all doing?
Amazing. Thank you for having me.
Great.
That was very, very cutesy. You have been cutesy and demure this whole time. For everybody watching, we have been here for like 45 minutes and he has been cutesy the whole time. How are you, Eli, as well?
I'm pretty good. Thank you for having us.
So I do want to recap, just circle back real quick. Circle back. We're going to drill down. We're going to close the loop. I want to talk about this model term.
Okay.
Because your Instagram is a lot. Do you think it's a lot?
I don't feel like it's a lot because I feel like a lot of people do way more than me, honestly.
But is it a lot? Is it not a lot to you because you see it every day?
Yep.
Everybody should follow
exactly
you on Instagram so they know exactly what we're talking about.
Exactly. 18 and older. 21 and older, please. Yeah. Just in case.
I mean, now your Instagram is not OnlyFans, so
No.
it's definitely PG 17.
PG. Yeah. PG 17.
I'm 17.
18?
NC 17.
NC 17, like NC. I feel like NC 17 is when you see a dick print.
Yeah.
Okay,
right.
so it's definitely NC 17.
Okay, I'll take it.
Fair. Now for you, Brandon, you are a hairdresser to the stars. So thank you for being here.
I love you so much.
I appreciate you. Y'all both stay booked and busy. So the fact that y'all made time on your Thursday night to come here,
Of course.
instead of going to Bulldogs.
Well, I'm not going in there anyway.
I wouldn't
I'm not doing that.
that.
I'm not going in there anyway.
Like how now before the show you said you are scared of Bulldogs.
I am.
Why?
Okay, so like I said, they were in there and they were fighting, and I couldn't take that. That was too much. I felt like,
But you've been to a club with a fight before.
yes, but the security was securing the people and not like fighting with the people. Like the security knocked him out. He wasn't
Oh.
trying to break it up. That's wild for me.
So the security co-signing on the fight, you've never seen that?
No.
You've been in the South long enough to see security get
couldn't
into a fight with a patron.
He knocked him out.
They don't
man.
do that in LA.
No, they're not doing that.
Well, because you're new here. You are new here to the city. Welcome to
Thank you.
the jewel of the South.
Is it the jewel?
I think it's the jewel of the South. Wouldn't you say, Eli?
I would
I
take,
do like Atlanta.
both of y'all just-
I would take Dallas as the jewel of the South.
I think the girls would say Houston might be the jewel of the South, like to compete with.
See, that's where I need to
My
go.
head-
I need to go
your
to
head-
Houston.
My
didn't like
headset
that
came
one.
off, girl.
Your
Houston?
headphones didn't like now. And the funny thing is, you took like 20 minutes getting that headset.
I
on the
did.
first-
And that's gonna mess up. I hate it.
Okay, well, we have always had a lot happening in our culture. The first question I always like to start with is, what have you had it with? In Black gay culture, what are you done with that you absolutely were ready to get rid of? Eli, I'm gonna start with you.
I feel like I've had it with people who judge others for the same things that they be doing when the doors is closed and the lights off.
Like, what are you talking about? Like bottom shaming? Like people?
That it could be literally, it's a wide spectrum. Like, is that as
Okay.
well as like just like, yeah. Or like when people have like OnlyFans or like,
Do
stuff
people
like
judge
that.
you for that? I'm not outing you by saying
It
you got
definitely is
OnlyFans, do you?
happening. Oh no, no. I have no OnlyFans, y'all.
Okay,
that's
but
kinda
do
weird.
people judge you for having OnlyFans?
It definitely has happened, yeah.
Like, what does that judgment look like? They judging you because you ain't giving them a free admission?
Like, okay, so it's really crazy because usually it'll come from somebody who like who they've tried to like get at me at some point and I didn't like
'Cause you're
return
definitely
that
get-attable.
back. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Get edible.
You're
Get
definitely
attable.
get-attable. I mean,
I'm gonna have to add that to my profile.
I'm single, so call it what you will. You're get-attable.
I'm weak. Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
How weak are you?
I don't know. I go to the gym every day, so it's kind of hard to tell.
I mean, we saw the pictures in the pre-show. Okay. Okay. I mean, but judging people for something
Things
that they do.
Like if like someone has an OnlyFans and like essentially they're posting news, sending news, stuff like that, or anything, but someone could be like, oh, well, you posting online, but I'm just sending it to these people, but it's still like the same thing technically. Or like,
Or is even better because at least you're getting paid for your news.
yeah, at least you're
Hello?
getting paid for it instead
There's
of
a
like
check
just
in it.
doing
There's
it
a
for
check
free.
involved.
Yeah. So like stuff like that.
What about you, Brandon? What have you had it with in Black gay culture?
The girls being mean.
That
I've
too.
Okay, what you
absolutely
mean?
had it with that. The girls being catty.
Petty.
I've had it with that. Like the mean girl attitude. Like I'm absolutely sick of it. I think there's so many things like how to communicate. And the girls go directly to like, ooh, let's read her. Or girl, like, let's like be like a bitch in the room. Girl,
Yeah.
walk in the room and smile. And be the fuck okay.
The irony is you say this on October 3rd, which is absolutely aligned in Mean Girls.
Oh, it's Mean Girls Day.
It's Mean Girls Day. You say you had it with the girls being mean.
I've had it.
Okay, so what is the solution to that? Why do you think the girls are so mean?
I think the girls don't. I think that the walls are so high, and that's a defense mechanism. To be totally fair and honest,
Defense. I mean, you're dating a therapist, so that's very, very appropriate for you.
girl.
See how I did that?
I like that.
You see how I did
yeah,
that?
I play.
I see. I use all of my resources
You don't play.
to have a good interview. Okay, so you've had it with the girls being
The
mean.
girls being mean. I only want to be nice. Like walk
Yeah.
in a room and say hi to somebody. Like it's
Yeah.
okay to
Very
like.
Southern hospitality.
Because girl, in Atlanta, it's not happening.
Because Atlanta is not the South. Atlanta is in the South, but Atlanta ain't the South.
Well, then what is it? This is country. It's the South.
Atlanta is
A smorgasbord.
Atlanta is a whole bunch of like I think old Atlanta is the South. But
Yeah.
this new Atlanta is people from everywhere. Like all of us. None of us are from here.
You
Oh,
right.
see, the one girl,
Are
two
you from
girls
here?
that are from the South.
Okay, girl,
That
we
are
good.
from Atlanta. But y'all are from old Atlanta.
I will say that the
He's
natives
from Decatur, so
the
that
natives
don't
are more
even count.
nice than like the girls who are like transplants.
That's
I
true.
will say that. The natives are nice.
Natives
They
are
want to show
pretty
you
dope.
around.
I agree with
do
that. The
things.
native Atlantean
nice.
ATLians are a lot nicer than the transplants.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
Atlanta is full of transplants though,
Yeah.
True. As I sit here as one.
which is probably why the girls be mean.
I hate it.
Mm.
I mean, okay. Well, I will tell you that I have had it with Boosie.
Who?
Oh, I've had it with Boosie. Yeah, so have you been following the drama about Boosie and his daughter?
I did see it
Yes,
recently,
I
yeah.
have.
Okay, so for everybody else who doesn't know, Boosie had this interview where was it Carisha? Who asked? Carisha. So Carisha asked Boosie why he be in gay folk business. And he
'Cause he
did not
definitely
have
in
a
it.
good answer. And he talked about how his daughter, he wanted to keep his LGBTQ daughter. I don't know what she identifies as. She could be lesbian, she could be anything, but she's LGBTQ,
Yeah.
right? And he wanted to keep her away from his other children so she doesn't contaminate them. And I think Boosie is one of the most, I don't want to say
Say it.
DL because I don't know that any of the girls would fuck Boosie unless it was for a check.
I don't think they would do it for that. Have you seen Boosie?
Boosie is trash. Boosie is not cute enough to have the issues that he has in the culture. Like, Boosie is just...
Hate it.
Hate it. I've had it.
Hated it.
I've had it.
It doesn't make any sense.
And that might make me a mean girl, but today I'll take it because it's October 3rd. I have had it with Boosie. I can't stand that motherfucker. Okay, let me get back on my script because I'm supposed to be doing important things. Okay, across the United States, voter registration deadlines are coming up. Now is the time to register to vote or check your voter registration status. Now, I will tell everybody watching, I have been removed from the voter rolls here in Georgia. You know how the people be out, forgive the screen, they working it out now, but you know how the people be out asking, are you registered to vote? I ironically registered to vote when I got the message that said I had been removed from the voter registration rolls, even though I voted in the last national election, I voted in the last local election, but they removed me. So if I have been removed, then who knows how many other eligible registered voters have been removed from the rolls in your local jurisdiction. This is the most consequential election of our lifetime, and I know the people say that every cycle, but this one really, really, really matters.
Really is.
I want everybody, check your registration status, update or re-register if you need to, like I had to. Make a plan to vote if you can. Try to vote early, and if you can't, make sure that you figure out where your voting place is. I would go as far as to say you want to make sure that your voter registration matches the address on your driver's license because that has created issues for some people. And talk about voting in the group chat. Let the girls know that they need to get out and vote. If you need to register or information about your local election procedures, visit vote.gov. The link is in the description. When we come back, we'll be doing a deep dive into cheating, what cheating is, and how each of us defines it. But in the meantime, be sure to like this video and subscribe on YouTube to make sure that you never miss an update. This is Cheating Explained, and we'll be right back.
What up, though? The conversations stay lit on Dear Black Gay Men podcast. Hookup, entanglement, situation, relationship, everything from dushing to dating.
A top verb, but I am not a top noun. I am a guru at first dates.
It's new every Wednesday. Subscribe now.
Okay, Aaron, do you think HIV is still a big deal?
I do. When I look at the numbers and things like that, I have to like burst myself out of my own bubble because for me, it's not a big deal. I go to the doctor, I get my 2 shots or my shots every 2 months, and like HIV is a non-factor for me. But then I realize all of the privileges in my life that allow me to do that.
What about you, Verity? Is HIV a big deal? Because you are an ally.
I am an ally. And so I feel like on a day-to-day, it's honestly not something that's top of mind. But being a part of the podcast, and I didn't realize just how prevalent it still was.
That's why this episode is brought to you in part by the HIV Vaccine Trials Network. HIV has been a huge part of my life as a gay man, and the HIV Vaccine Trials Network is working to minimize that because ending HIV is about all of us.
For me, as an ally, I wasn't truly aware of the impact HIV has on our lived experiences until we started working with the HIV Vaccine Trials Network. Now that I know about this network, I feel like there's a real way for me to get involved in the fight against HIV. I've been able to get educational resources on HIV, stay up to date on HIV research, and enroll in studies to help end HIV.
If you would like more information or get involved in an HIV vaccine trial, whether you're living with HIV or not, visit helpendhiv.org. That's helpendhiv.org. The link is in the description.
Get in the conversation.
This comment says, I did a good job. It's time for a congratulatory ejaculation session.
Chat live on the show and get exclusive
The
content.
bottoms are going to eat me up for this in the chat.
Join the Dear Black Gay Men Insiders group on Facebook.
He really does love a countdown. Okay, welcome back to Thirsty Thursday right here on Dear Black Gay Men Podcast. Last season, we did a cheater show, and everyone had a lot to say about that, and this conversation will probably be no different. Here's a snippet of what happened. Check this out.
I was like, okay, bitch, you want to play this game? I'm going to teach you how to play this game, and I'll make sure you lose this game. So I made sure I fucked everybody I wanted to fuck. Now, did I tell him no? There was a time where he was in the shower, and I knew I was cold. His friend was in the living room waiting on him to come out the shower. And that man sucked my dick while my boyfriend was in the shower. It was kind of like payback.
I remember that. Okay.
I remember that.
Okay. Here to offer us some new perspectives, we have Brandon and Eli to share their stories. Are y'all ready for this?
Absolutely.
Okay, now let's get into the episode. I hear there's a comment about somebody. Put that comment back up. It says, question, does the cute guy in the background at the table with the drink get an introduction? Yes, he does.
Kev.
Put the camera on him. Put it on him. Introduce. Who is the cute guy in the background?
Kev, how you doing? That is my man. How you doing? His name's Hakeem.
So that is a previous guest. His name is Hakeem Asadi, and he is the guest. He is the
man.
He is the man partner, significant other of one of the guests. So don't get me in trouble, Kev.
Hi, Kev.
Let me put. I mean, that felt like it was appropriate. Okay, so Eli, I'm gonna start with you. What has your experience been of cheating?
Basically, almost every relationship that I've been in, I've been cheated on, or I found out that I was the other dude to someone cheating where I thought that I was the main person. I know that's a lot, right?
Wait a minute. So let me get this straight.
Yeah.
Every relationship that you have had,
Yeah.
you have been cheated on,
Or have found out that I was actually the other man and didn't know. Thought that I was the main one.
you thought you was the main man
And was
and
actually
ended up being the other man.
Yeah.
How did you stumble on this information? Like, let's take the last one. The last time you were the main man, or you were the person that got cheated on. Which were you?
My most recent,
The most recent, yeah.
I got cheated on.
Like, why do you think that kind of karma is following you?
I really don't even know. Honestly, I have no idea. I wish I did know.
Like, you haven't given that any introspection. It can't. For instance, I have dated 5 Geminis that were all born on June 11th, 1979.
Wow.
And then a 6th Gemini that was born on May 31st. At some point, I got to ask myself, what are all these fucking Geminis here to teach me? And it was to not date another goddamn Gemini. What do you think all these cheating experiences were there to teach you?
I feel like I used to be a hopeless romantic. I used to believe in like love at first sight, like all that kind of stuff. And I feel like it kind of has taught me to move slower, as well as just be careful about who I have around me. Because I've noticed that you have to like get to know somebody like pretty slowly. I feel like that's kind of just what I've adjusted to. Like, of course, like being in high school, like, you know, high school stuff, blah, you know, stuff is real quick and stuff. But even with my most recent, we were like communicating for a year, like before we even like made it official. So it's like, even with that,
Wait. You dated somebody for a whole year before you made anything official?
Before like really getting like official, yeah. But even then, still got cheated on. So it's like, you know, I kind of am still like learning to like, you just gotta like go slow. I feel like you gotta go real slow.
But how much slower can you be?
Sorry.
See,
I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
maybe the going slow ain't the solution, friend.
I don't know.
Because if you dated somebody for a year, they cheated on you, and then you've been love at first sight, and they cheated on you, maybe the time frame is not the solution.
I don't know. It's all lessons, honestly.
What have you learned then? Is that the go slow?
I mean, yeah, right now I feel like it is like the whole just going slow. But I mean, right now I'm kind of like in a spot where I don't even want to date for real. I'm kind of just like focused
That's
on
where I am.
like myself and like getting everything in order that way. So yeah.
That's where I am. I'm putting my phone on Do Not Disturb. What about you, Brandon? What has been your cheating experience?
I've been on both sides of the coin. I've cheated and I've been cheated on.
Let's start with the cheating. The cheated when you cheated.
When I
What
cheated?
brought you to that?
Um,
I'll tell my story if you tell yours.
right. So I feel like at that time in my life, I was going through a lot of transition things, and I just wasn't happy with who I was, honestly.
Okay.
And so I was just trying to feel that thing, honestly.
But why couldn't your relationship feel that thing?
Because I honestly believe that he wasn't the right person, to be fair. Dallas was his big move, and I saw myself doing more things than that, to be totally honest.
So why did you stay?
Why
Why
did
did you stay instead of letting him go?
I was selfish, to be fair.
Okay. I mean,
I'm not honest.
that is very self-aware to
Yeah.
be selfish.
I was selfish. And he was actually like a good person. He really was.
I would hope so. I hope you have good taste enough to find a good person.
I've since apologized and all things like that.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, like I went back and apologized and did all the things, to make it right. But I just felt like we weren't equally yoked, if that makes any sense. Like I wanted more, and and that was it for him.
But I get not being equally yoked is a reason to not want to be in the relationship. But what made it escalate to I'm gonna cheat on you? Now looking back, because you're a better, more mature
He
person
was
now.
not fucking me the way I wanted to be fucked.
Oh, okay.
There
See,
you go.
now we can
There
say
you
it.
go.
Now we can say it.
Yeah,
Okay,
there
he
you go.
wasn't fucking you the way that you
There
wanted to
you
be
go.
fucked.
Yeah, there you go.
But does that mean that for cheating, this particular instance was cheating purely a physical thing? When you add it to all the other things that you just said?
No. I was actually searching for things. Like I think at that time, I quit my job. I quit, I quit prevention. I was going back to hair school. Like I was really figuring it out
Yeah.
and saying, throwing things into the pot. So I was like, I was really trying to figure out, and I should have let him go then, but I was holding on to him because he was a good person.
Because you wanted to have your cake and eat it too.
Hello?
That was me too.
I mean, yeah,
That was me too. Like I have a fetish for like the search or the prowl, cruising, being on the apps. Like the hunt turns me on to get ready to have the sex, right? And I wanted that, but I can't like send a sub message to the person I'm dating, or at least I could at the time, because he didn't know how to process that. He was not a role play person. He just wanted to be like, it's me and you. Like, why I need to send a sub message? And I didn't know how to communicate that. So instead of just letting him go, I wanted to have my cake and eat it. I wanted to cuddle one person at the end of the night.
Yeah.
But fuck somebody else because I had all these crazy fetish things I wanted to do. It was the same thing. It was selfishness.
Yeah.
Is
I
that what cheating just boils down to? Do you think is selfishness?
I feel like it's that, as well as really not being self-aware with what you truly want. I feel like that's kind of like when cheating happens, or knowing that you're in a situation that you don't want, but you just can't get out of it. I feel like it kind of like boils down to that.
Okay, I think we're using all this language about cheat. Like, how do you define cheating?
I feel like cheating is defined by whoever's in the relationship, because there's so many different aspects and so many different types of relationships. Like one relationship I was in, cheating would consider like if you were verbally like saying somebody else was attractive to that person or something like that. Whereas I've been in another relationship where cheating is if you have sex with someone, but not necessarily if you're verbally flirting. So, it really just varies.
So does it change from relationship to relationship, or do you have your own definition of cheating?
I feel like it's.
I have my own.
You have your own
I have
definition.
my own. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really feel like I have my own.
Anything-
I feel like it's
anything-
just
Go ahead.
the person.
I
My
feel like
bad.
anything that you can't do in front of your partner is cheating.
Anything.
Anything that you can't do when they're there is cheating.
I don't know.
Like,
Okay.
do I
Look in
agree
the
with
sky.
that? So I think that cheating is anything that I have agreed to give my partner exclusively, and I give that to somebody else.
Yeah.
I think that's cheating.
Yeah.
Like, for a lot of relationships, though, that just boils down to monogamy or sex, right? I've agreed that it's my dick, your ass, my dick. My dick, your ass, your dick, my ass. Like, we've agreed that we're gonna share our sexual parts with each other only, right? So if I go fuck somebody else, I've cheated.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if also we agree that, Friday night is date night, but I postpone date night with you so I can go be out with my boys or something, that's also cheating to me because I promised you my priority.
Oh, that's real.
That I promised something to you. I agreed that this was something you and I would share. To a lesser degree, like if I watch, the next episode of a show we decided we all watch together. Like right now, Agatha All Along is my shit. So if I say, we gonna watch this together and that's what I agree to, but I break that agreement.
Like just having your word.
I feel like I feel like cheating is just a catch-all term for a lapse in integrity.
Okay.
That's deep. I like that.
Okay. I think it might be time for
I like
a little
that.
break. The way that y'all looking at this.
Oh
Okay.
my God.
I mean, okay. Before we go to break, so if you have you cheated before?
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
I for real haven't.
They're playing me off with music, so I gotta. Up next, we'll be talking about the desire for multiple partners and what does that conversation look like. But first, I want to ask, have you ever stayed with someone that has cheated on you before? Let me know in the comments, and we'll talk about it when we get back. In the meantime, be sure to follow us on Instagram at JAI The Gentleman and keep up with all things DBGM. This is Cheating Part 2. Explain. We'll be right back.
What up, though? The conversations stay lit on Dear Black Gay Men podcast. Hookup, entanglement, situation, relationship, everything from dushing to dating.
A top verb, but I am not a top noun. I am a guru at first dates.
It's new every Wednesday. Subscribe now.
Every conference I go to, I get noticed because of the bag.
No, for real. So like they was asking me, I got noticed. Somebody pulled me aside. They were like, "Oh my God, I really love your bag." And they came up to start talking to me about how they can get connected with Dear Black Gay Men.
I mean,
was like,
it's a
"Come
great marketing
on."
tool. It's a great marketing tool, and it goes with most of our merch.
And then, child, I was at at an undisclosed facility because they ain't a sponsor.
Oh, I thought it was because you was at a sex party.
No,
Okay, that's why this
back room,
episode.
maybe.
not a back room.
That's why this episode of Dear Black Gay Men podcast is brought to you in part by MIH bags. Everywhere I go, I get noticed from my DBGM hoodie and my MIH. All I want is everything bag. Hold it up, Verity. That is actually my bag. I love it. It's the perfect bag to throw everything in when I'm rushing to the studio, or an overnight bag when I'm doing whatever I would be doing overnight.
You almost made me cry when you gifted me my All I Want Is Everything
The All I Want Is Everything duffel.
duffel bag for my birthday, and I get stopped every time I wear it. It's the perfect everyday bag or work bag or even a bag for the airport when I'm going on a nice trip.
That's not what the script says.
I don't care. You know I ain't been to the gym.
You can shop MIH Bags' full collection of accessories and apparel at mihbags.com. They're a Black queer-owned business that carries T-shirts and duffels and toiletry bags and so much more for all your accessory needs. Use code DBGM15 to take 15% off at checkout. That's mihbags.com. The link is in the description.
Hit the notification bell because we're going live.
Like that's the least of my worries. The size.
Oh, I think relationships are becoming more complex.
Tuesday and Thursday every week
Welcome to Dear Black Gay Men Live.
at 9 p.m. Eastern.
You skipped so many numbers in that countdown. Welcome back to Thirsty Thursday here at Dear Black Gay Men Podcast. Before the break, we asked y'all if you've ever stayed with someone that has cheated on you before. And this is what some of y'all had to say. Do we have comments in there? Shantae C said, heck no, never. Wait, heck no, never. ... Stay. Like, you stayed? Like, you recommend staying every time, or you say don't stay ever?
Never stay.
She's saying don't stay.
Okay, got it. Who else? What you know, Joe? I love when I see you in the comments. He says, that's 2 hells and 2 no's. I can trust you no more or look at the person the same. I get that. We had another interesting question from the comments. Go ahead. Which is worse to you, emotional cheating or physical cheating? That's a good question. What about you, Brandon? Which is worse, emotional cheating or physical cheating?
I think it's all disrespectful, but
It's
emotional.
all disrespect. Okay.
It's all disrespectful, but I would say emotional.
Emotional is worse than physical.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I feel like, so I can get over like you going having like a one-off. I think I can, like, if you had like a drunk night, yada yada yada.
And you slip and fall on the dick.
That better not happen. But you ain't just sitting balling on it. But I can get with that over a period of time. You develop like this relation, this bond with someone that's outside of me. Nah, I don't like that, and so I think that's worse.
Okay, I get that you say it's all disrespectful. I
It's all
totally get
disrespectful.
that.
Yeah.
But you're saying slip, fall on the dick. Okay. But
No, not okay.
slip
I'm
and
not
fall
saying
into
that.
his heart, and all of a sudden it's like,
It's just
oh,
a wrap.
hell no.
It's a wrap. No, I got to get out of here. I'm heading out.
Okay. What about you, Eli?
I agree with-
Emotional cheating or physical cheating? Which is worse?
Emotional cheating is definitely worse. I fully agree. Because I feel like I've gotten to the point
It's
that
not
it's
a
like,
war. It's not a battle. It's not a battle.
But I just feel like I've gotten to a point where, like, since I have like gone through what I've gone through relationship wise, I've gotten to the point where I rather open up the door for physical stuff to happen with my partner versus them having an emotional connection with someone.
Oh, that's
So,
perfect. That's a perfect segue to this next segment. John is back there like, thank God you said that, because you teed it up perfectly. Okay, based on our last cheater show, we heard y'all when y'all said that you wanted more reflection about cheating and what would have or should have been done differently, which leads us to this next segment with Brandon E. Eli. What were some of the biggest lessons you learned from your experience cheating? Eli, I think you said that you learned to take it slow.
Mhm.
But how slow, friend? How slow we talking?
I don't even know.
So we can't be
I feel
together right
like-
now?
Like,
Yeah, I knew I was gonna say it.
I feel like you have to like see somebody
that
through
as a
every
no.
season. Wait, but
I'll take that
Every
as a no.
season. That's a whole year.
yeah, I feel like you gotta see somebody through every season. You got to see like.
He ain't talking about seasons on the damn calendar.
Nah,
He
I
is.
am. I
He's
am
in a
for
whole
real.
year.
Like winter, spring, fall,
Summer,
and
fall.
Yeah, because you got to see how people act and everything. Like people do a lot of changing through.
I
a
thought you
year.
were talking about seeing through like different transitions in their life.
Nah,
You talk
I'm
about
talking
some weather seasons.
like literally every season.
You want to
like,
see him with
seeing
a
them-
whole trip around the sun.
Hell yeah. I mean, I feel like that like kind of helps. You really got to see people in every season, like for real,
Are you?
and see how they act. Yeah.
It's like a talking phase, like y'all dating. Like
Oh no, this is talking.
for a year.
For
I would.
a whole
Oh,
year.
nigga, nah.
Yeah, I surely would.
Nigga, nah.
I mean, I've dated people for like 2 weeks and got in a relationship. I've dated people for like 3 months, got in a relationship. Dated people for
You
a year,
dated
got
for
in a
people for a
relationship.
year,
So it's
didn't get in a relationship, and you came out on the same side.
I just feel like it's so many layers with it. Like I just feel like it's two people that are like whole people coming together and making two wholes instead of two people completing each other.
Okay, so no Jerry Maguire for you. Got it. What do you say? What was the biggest lesson you learned from being a cheater first? And we'll share that because Eli ain't never cheated.
Being a cheater, I gotta love myself first. Like,
Love
I
yourself
have
first.
to-
That's big.
I have to love me, and I'm not dating anybody who don't love them. 'Cause I feel like they cheat on me.
Okay.
So
Did you learn that from your experience cheating? Like you had to learn that you need to love you and I need to love me?
Karma is a girl, and she showed me
You can say she's a bitch
she's a bitch.
because she is a bitch.
So she showed me
she's just
that
a little bitchy.
I didn't love me
Not cutesy, not demure.
At all.
Not mindful.
No, I didn't love me, and so I cheated on him. The person who cheated on me, he didn't love himself.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask
I
you a
saw
deep
that.
question. So during this season of you not loving you,
Yeah.
did you attract people to yourself that also did not love them?
You know, it was so long ago, but I don't think that I thought about that until just now.
Because what I've learned is that, you know, the girls say the dating pool got piss in it, right? And I absolutely do not believe that. I believe
believe
that
either.
you are attracting whatever piss is around you. This dating pool is big as hell in Atlanta. There is a size and shape and version of gay, of
For
black
everybody.
gay, anything for everybody.
Correct.
But if you are waiting and attracting the piss to you in your part of the dating pool, then that can't be everybody else's problem. And I know that because I attracted piss to me when I believed, when A, I was pissing in it myself because I was a cheater, and B, when I only saw piss in the pool.
I feel like in Atlanta, it's really, I feel like moving here, I find it hard for someone to like, oh, how are you guys single? Because there's so many options here.
I think that's the reason why we single.
Oh, okay. Well,
There's
that-
way too many fucking options
well,
here.
there's
There's too
that.
many options.
We in a room
yeah.
full of gay, trans, queer, and straight people right now. There are straight people in this room.
Okay. Okay. I
There
love
are straight
that.
people in this room right now.
You don't play.
I believe our culture is dope.
Okay. Yeah.
Every aspect of it.
Yeah.
I think I'm supposed to be moving on. They give me all these signs. The funny thing is they ain't putting shit on the screen. That's one time we did a show and they put on the screen "move the fuck on" in huge letters because I was not moving on from a topic. So see, this is what happens when you put all of us in a room. Okay. How can we be more intentional in dating? I'll start with you, Brandon, because you are now dating someone. You and someone are official.
Correct.
The cute guy in the background that's serving drinks.
In the
That's what
back.
he was. That's how he's been described. Dominique Totten says there are a lot of options and people are greedy. They say they want one thing, but they do another. I agree with that. That's what you said, Eli, right?
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
See, okay, but how can you be more intentional in dating?
I felt like I knew what I wanted, and I knew that I was responsive. I didn't make him wait. As far as like, you know, on like talking and like sometimes you can look at a text message and like put it down or do something different. I actually wanted to talk to him at all times. Like, it's like, hey, what are you doing?
So did you know there's that meme that used to be like dating over 30 is, are we doing this or not?
Definitely. Are you doing
Is
this or
that the
not?
vibe that you would get? See,
What is it? Are we doing this or not?
are we doing this or not?
Yeah, I think so.
So when you see that, Eli, because you are on the opposite side of that, when you see the are you doing this and are we doing this or not, do you think that is rushing it? What is your response to that?
I'll be like, whoa, bro, you don't even know my favorite color yet.
You a
know,
Virgo,
like,
ain't
stuff
you?
like that. I'm not. Do you know what's so crazy?
Wait a minute, nigga.
Yeah, Capricorn.
Wait a minute, nigga. What you got to say about Virgos?
Virgos are my sister's sign.
Peel the onion.
And then Virgos,
Is it because I'm a butch
one
queen?
of the, wait, what? No.
Okay.
Like for real, like in astrology, like I'm a Pisces, but there are,
girl.
You
there
know.
are sisters.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Never
What? What that? Wait,
Never-
what?
look,
What's wrong with Pisces?
Never mind.
Here we go. All right.
Now
no,
we
I'm
know
just
what-
kidding. But go ahead.
I'm not.
Virgos are your sister sign.
Yeah, but yeah.
Is that like-
the Virgo is actually
are
one
you
of the
asking me
ones
to
that
be your
actually
sister wife?
cheated. Wait, no, I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
You watch the TV show.
I watch TV way too much. Okay.
don't really watch
okay.
TV like
so you would say slow down.
I would.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like I would. But like just a little bit. I don't know.
But my thing is like, if you know what you want, the end result is being with someone. Why does it take so long to get there? That's wild. No?
Do you know what you want?
That's the problem.
Well, you know, what's crazy is one of my bros, he asked me like what my type was. And I was like, I don't really have a type. You know, I just go off vibes.
That's
and
it.
then he was like,
That's why you be taking so long.
and yeah, he was like, you know, that might be why nothing's working. And I'm like, never thought about that. So
It might
Yeah.
be.
yeah.
I mean, I have a type, but I'm also not dating right now.
Me neither.
I'm intentionally not dating because
Same.
my attention is way too varied. Like I
What if
can't
someone
focus on
comes?
it.
What if someone comes?
You know, my best friend asked me that. He said you're probably gonna find him in this not dating phase.
Because I wasn't.
That's when it happens.
Because I wasn't looking.
Yet here he is.
Spinning.
Wait, hold on. Where's my button?
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise. There it is. There he is. Okay. I mean, I don't know what would happen if I stumbled upon someone.
Stumbling is very different than it being like, yo, you mine. So it's like I feel like that's really
people try to
more
claim you?
natural. Yeah,
You get claimed.
I get that a lot. But I'd be like, hey.
But is that because of your Instagram feed or?
I feel like that's part of it, but also it's my personality. People enjoy my personality a lot. People enjoyed my personality before I started posting shirtless and bold pics and stuff
Oh,
like
okay.
that.
Okay, I'm glad you said.
And people enjoyed my music before anything too. So it's like, you know, I had a lot of factors to me and then that just like added on to it.
Okay, it's we own my camera here, right? Walk right in front of it. I love this show. This is the pettiest show ever. Okay, a question we have from the comments is: if you were cheated on, what were some of your biggest lessons you learned? I think we talked about that. We don't need to talk about that. Let me know in the Oh, I'm supposed to be asking y'all. My bad. Are we ready to go to break?
We just had a break.
Let me pay my bills.
You right.
Okay, now a question that we have is: if you were cheated on, in the comments, what were some of the biggest lessons you learned? Let me know in the comments, and we'll be we're going through those on the other side of the break. Coming up, we'll be talking about the desire for multiple.
He did that for you. Don't do him back.
We'll be back. We'll be right back. We'll be right back. What is stigma? I truly believe that it comes up when you think something can't happen to you. Like when we think we could never be femme, so we end up with femmephobia laced all up and through our dating profiles. Or when we don't be out there like that, so we slut shame people for doing openly what we try to sneak and do privately. But there aren't too many spaces where stigma rises to a criminal level like it does with HIV.
Knowingly gave her HIV and never told her he was infected.
We're talking to 4 black men from across the country, all living with HIV. I want to see how stigma comes up in their lives and what we can all do to overcome it. Okay, teammates, welcome back to Thirsty Thursday right here on Dear Black Gay Men Podcast. Before the break, we asked Tequila. We asked y'all what were some of the biggest lessons that you all learned from cheating. John, run through those. It says John, but I'm gonna say Aaron. Lesson I learned, I love this learned, was trust my instincts a lot more. Once it doesn't feel right, then something is going on. Perfect.
Yup.
I absolutely agree with that. What do y'all think about that?
Fully agree.
Definitely.
Open the door.
Entirely. Because your gut will not send you off.
They don't see you wrong.
honestly.
Yeah.
It won't.
I know.
What does the gut feel like to you since you've been cheated on, Eli? Like, when you were in it? Now that you're on the back end and you can be like, oh, that he cheated on me. Like, what did the gut feel or sound like back then?
Back then, okay. Well, just thinking about one instance, like, just the vibe wound up changing. Everything just seemed like it was different. It seemed like I was like kind of like in the way, or like it was more so you know, you're here, I'm tolerating you, but I don't really want you to be here. But it's like just the day before, or like just the week before, like it was like, you know, inseparable. So it's like, I don't know. You could just tell like
A vibe
sometimes,
change.
yeah, it's like a vibe change, and then it's like internally you just feel it like, oh, something ain't right. So
Did your gut say I was being cheated on, or did your gut say something else?
gut just said something ain't right, and then eventually it will wind up being like, oh, this was what's happening.
What about you, Brandon? Did your gut say something when you were getting cheated on?
Yes, but I'm also a person of patterns, and so I'm paying attention to like.
I love how you keep looking at the screen.
God,
You like, it's me. It's hi, it's me.
I'm like a person of patterns. So I gotta make sure like if you're doing one thing one day, and this is the thing you always done, and all of a sudden it's changed. Now all of a sudden, like over time, the thing is changing, or you touch me a different way, bitch. I noticed that. So that's when I knew. I was like, oh, bitch, pay attention.
But what did gut say? Gut said, ding, 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 something's off?
This
Did gut
nigga's
say,
cheating.
your gut said this nigga's cheating?
Because I asked once before and twice, and the third time I was like, oh, no.
So the first time that you came to the conclusion of cheating, gut said, oh, he's cheating, or gut said, what did gut say?
The first time I asked because everyone around me asked, was like, okay, do you think that like he's faithful, yada, yada. And I was like, well, yeah. And the second time, yeah, of course. He's
Exactly.
The second time, I think it was like more of like, hey, let's check in, because I'm a check-in kind of person. Like, let's check in. How you feeling? How I'm feeling?
Yes.
Like, what do you want to do here? I'm very much of like a communicative person. So let's talk about it.
Okay.
The third time, I felt different. I just knew that you were acting and moving differently.
Okay.
And before I knew, I was like, I bluffed, and I was like, do you want like an open relationship? Do you want to have? What do you want from me? You know.
Huh. Okay. Dominique said, Dominique Totten. Hey, Dom. I have been cheated on, and I learned to trust my gut. I felt like something shady was going on, and I should have believed. I found out after the breakup that he had cheated on me with my roommate. Were you in a relationship with D. Smith?
What?
No, D. Smith cheated on his boyfriend with his boyfriend's best friend. That's a totally different topic. If you get asked, I know who Dwayne 16 is. If you get asked, the person already knows. Agreed. Cartel W says you can tell by people's actions. What can you tell? That's my question. Like, because I'm really curious. For those in the comments, y'all let me know. When your gut says something, what is gut saying? Is gut saying he's cheating, or is gut saying something's off?
Something's different.
Yeah, something's different.
Something different.
Okay.
Something's not
Because
right.
you're moving differently now.
Okay.
Like, I'm now with you all the time, and so if normally in the morning you are kissing me and saying, "Hey, good morning, baby,"
But what if your breath just stank?
my breath don't stink in the morning, so I need to know
How your breath don't stink? Everybody's breath stank in the morning. If ever your breath stinks,
Use
it's
your
in
I
the morning. I could throw this fan at you. If it wasn't so hot in here, I would throw this fan at you. See, here we go. Okay, Stillwater says, I've learned that both parties must be willing to communicate and express your wants and desires before it goes on to the point of cheating. Okay. So now Brandon mentioned it. That comment mentioned it. Question for those. Is open relationship the answer to a cheating heart? Eli, I'll start with you.
I feel like it's possible, because even with me, I feel like just having it more open to at least the physical aspect, it will kind of like relieve that, because I'd rather somebody do something physical with somebody instead of emotionally doing something with somebody. So maybe having multiple partners that are just physical, I feel like it can work. It's just people have to communicate that as well and be 100 about it.
But if you cheating, is it that if you're cheating on someone, how does open relationship fix that?
Well, essentially it wouldn't be, if you open it, then it wouldn't be cheating, essentially, because it would be, the physical aspect is open, because, yeah, it really just depends on if you're talking about building a emotional connection with someone else, or just doing the physical. Because if it's physical, I feel like that could be different.
Okay, Brandon, you said that you asked someone, "Do you want an open relationship with me?" Is open relationship the resolution to cheating?
I was bluffing because I wanted him to tell the truth.
Would you have done an open relationship?
Not with him, no.
In general?
At this time, no.
Is that because your man is sitting behind you?
No, it's not.
Okay. I mean,
no. So here's what I will say. I've never done one myself, but what I do think is I've seen people that are in open relationships and they still have secrets, and so I feel like, what's the point of being in this thing? It's open, and you guys are still not telling like the all the way true.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where the communication got to come in.
But I think that the root of all of that is just a lack of integrity. Like if I have all of the options, if I can fuck somebody, I can do whatever, and all I got to do is just be honest, and I still can't do that, then you was fucked up going into whatever kind of relationship you had.
Right,
you got
exactly.
some shit you got to work through on the front end.
Exactly.
Right.
K. Braff says an open relationship is not the answer because if trust and communication was the problem to begin with, then it won't work since an open relationship requires strong trust and communication. K.
Hey,
Braff,
K.
get out my head.
Hey, Kay. Kay is right. I agree with Kay.
I agree with K. Every kiss begins with K.
Every kiss begins with Kay.
Every kiss begins with. I love the fact that y'all are here in person, but I'm always curious because now I am open to open.
Open to open.
I am open to an open relationship. But it feels as if open relationship, you have to be even more communicative.
Yes, you
Yeah,
must.
for sure.
It feels like you can't. There's no assumptions in an open relationship, so we got to talk about every fucking thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if we have problems talking about anything, then the problem talking about everything gets even bigger, right?
Amen.
Depends.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Well, because I guess it would depend on what the issue with communication is. Like, is it literally just the aspect of other people, or do y'all actually have like issues with each other that y'all have to like sort out? So to me, it kind of like depends, just in case.
But any kind of relationship is built on integrity.
Yeah.
Like I'm able to say what I mean what I say, communicate openly about the things that I feel, right?
Right.
And if you have a problem with any aspect of that, then it feels like no, open or not, relationship ain't gonna work, right?
I don't know.
I'm gonna say yes. I agree.
Yeah.
Since Cowboy Carter, anytime anybody points two fingers at me, I feel like pew pew. That's what I feel.
I'm weak.
Okay. Last week, never mind. Now I want to ask my guests about a particular question. Nope.
Oh. Okay.
That ain't the question. Because they just told me on the board that I'm supposed to skip all of that. Maybe we should get ready for a break.
We'll be right back.
Are we ready for a break? All right, we'll be right back. I think I lead a pretty normal life. I'm a podcaster and a content creator. I'm pursuing my passions. So many of us, Black gay people, either live with a reality or a fear of HIV. Any movement toward a future where HIV is less of a part of who we are, I don't know that I can think of anything more impactful to our culture. Oh, this ended the show. Okay. I would like to thank my guests, Brandon and Eli, for joining us tonight. That's not what it's supposed to say. If you would like to connect with them, links to their socials are in the description. The whole conversation about cheating started because of the number of people in the comments who identify as poly. We had a whole conversation on the team, and then, of course, Brandon and Eli were so gracious to join us for this conversation here tonight. But I thought poly was a new way of cheating without the dishonesty looming over it. Then I talked to Devin Barrington Ward, and he explained that polyamory was to him, and he explained what polyamory was to him and why I was wrong in thinking cheating and poly exist in the same bubble. I don't identify as poly, or at least not the kind of poly that he identifies as. But one thing is absolutely certain. The only fix to a cheating heart is integrity. Poly is a lot of work. Amen. And the true tea is that monogamy is too. Now that we know somebody here in the circle is in a relationship.
Amen.
And we owe it to ourselves to truly define relationships on the terms of the two or more people involved. Without doing that, we end up preparing ourselves for another cheating show right here on Dear Black Gay Men Podcast. So, Dear Black Gay Men, what are you looking for? I don't know what's going to happen now. Oh, thank you to Brandon and Eli for sitting down and talking with me and their experiences with cheating. So let's start the post show with this. No one here at DBGM endorses cheating, and neither do we think cheating is okay. Just because you do something or you have experience with something sensitive like this doesn't make it right. One of the biggest lessons DBGM learned from the last season is that when it comes to topics like this, more time should be given to reflect about our experiences, and no game should be played, whether literally or figuratively, as highlighted by Nubian Prince 2012, who said, what was disturbing about this episode is that the games they were playing on this episode, following their stories, it felt like they would do the same untrustworthy things again. What's the point of reflecting if you're still going to do sneaky things like tell your partner that you were at work when you were only at work for a limited amount of time, and going to the relationship? This is a long fucking comment. Going to a relationship where you know you still have issues. With every conversation held on DBGM, our mission is to help the girls understand what it means to be dope black gay men, especially when it comes to dating. And we can only be dope when we take the time to actually think about and talk about what we can do better moving forward in this world. I'm not reading the rest of this. Until next time, I will talk to you, dear black gay men.
My God.